Hi, my name is Marianne Vera, and today I'll be giving an overview of histology. And to start with the overview of cells and tissues, cells are the smallest structural and functional unit of an organism. They are also responsible for the growth, metabolism, and reproduction. There are actually two types of cells: prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are organisms made up of cells that have a membrane-bound nucleus and a membrane-bound organelle, whereas prokaryotic cells are made up of cells that do not have a membrane-bound nucleus or membrane-bound organelle, and as a result, the prokaryotic cells cannot make genetic material or DNA. And tissues, there are actually four types of tissues: the epithelial, connective, muscular, and the nervous. And each tissue does its own unique function, so they all do something totally different. But the tissue cells together, they form a similar function, and also help form organs. So to start with, the first tissue is the epithelial tissue. I printed out an image. So there are actually four types of epithelial tissues. First, we have the squamous, then we have the pseudostratified, and then we have the columnar, and then the cuboidal. Put that right here. So the epithelial tissue is located throughout our whole body, but it is and the epithelial tissue covers the body surface like our skin, and it also covers the lining of body cavities and hollow organs. So the epithelial tissue has a lot of functions. So the first one is protection, the second is secretion, the third is absorption, the fourth is excretion, the fifth one is diffusion, the sixth one is filtration, and the seventh function is sensory reception. And the structure of the epithelial tissue is that it is a scutoid shape. They are tightly packed together, and they also form a continuous sheet. Moving on to the second one, connective tissue. Connective tissues are an abundant and widely distributed part of the primary tissue, and the functions of it is to provide a framework, support the organs, store fat, and etc. And unfortunately, I did not print out an image of the connective tissue to show it. So I'm gonna move on to the next one, which is the muscular tissue, I believe. And the muscular tissue is composed of cells that have their own ability, and they contract the body, and they contract in order to make our body move. And they are highly supplied with blood vessels. And there are three types of muscular tissue. We have the smooth muscle, the cardiac muscle, and the skeletal muscle. So the smooth muscle can be found in the intestinal organs. The cardiac muscles, of course, can be found within the heart. And the skeletal muscle can be found like in our legs. So put this one. And the last tissue that we have is nervous tissue. So the nervous tissue, I feel, is the most important part because it is responsible for our coordination and the controlling of our body's activities. The muscles contract, which creates our body to be alert from the environment. It also plays a really huge role within our emotions, memory, and our reasoning. So I actually printed out an image, and the structure of it is an elongated cell with many branches, as it is to be described. And the functions of the most common types where the nervous tissue can be found is the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. And the last question, but not least, why is it important in a clinical setting? Learning the body cells and tissues are important to a clinical setting because it allows us to know and understand the organ's behavior and its functions, but it also allows us to communicate with other healthcare professionals regarding our patient and the problem that they are having. It is easy for us to communicate with each other, to tell each other where exactly within the body and which tissue or which organ is causing the pain for the patient. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.